Hej på alla. Så jag heter Milla och jag är från Finland. And now I changed to English. So Swedish is not my best language, so it's really nice to see you all here. If you don't know Efecte, so we are providing solutions for enterprise service management and identity and access management. So, for example, handling HR-related cases or customer requests and so on. So that's Efecte. Today, I'm going to remind the really important factor when we are developing the services and exploring new world of digitalization and new kind of ideas or new business areas. So I want to remind about keeping the customer and what is really valuable for our customers in mind. So my claim here today is that if we forget the customer and we are not on top of our services, we will fail. So we can have these new ideas and really exciting ideas that what kind of experiences we are providing for the customers, and we are really yay. But it might be that the customers are just wanting a cup of coffee and quickly. It might be. But also I know that we have different customers who are excited of new experiences, and I have heard that you have a new restaurant here in Stockholm, if I remember correct, it's Punk Rock, and there you can experience this kind of food experience, so it's different restaurant than the rest of the restaurants in the world. I haven't tried, but I have thought that I should try sometime. So at this stage, you are hearing a lot of these new ideas and really exciting new things, what are kind of ahead of us and what someone has already tried and explored. I'm a bit more feet on the ground, so I'm talking about digitizing things. So as Efecte is helping the customers in their digitalization strategies and exploring new services, so I'm more on the ground level, so that's my approach to things. If you think about the services and the customers, it's good to understand that within one company we have several customers. So if we start from the business customers, so the customers who are buying the services we are providing, what for we are living for in the companies. This is an example of a Finnish company, which is originally an operator, so providing services for private and corporate customers about voice services, SIM cards, and some connections. They are now having also new areas, for example, on a block house. There might be these info screens where the people who are living at the houses can see different kinds of additional TV channels or wider connections to their homes on whatsoever. So they are exploring these new services, kind of old areas, but new service models. And then we are still in the same company. And if you think about the employees of the company, so people need facilities, for example, workstation and mobile phones. And then the customer is the employee of the company. And when we go forward, business services need IT, and IT services need to support the business services. So then for the IT organization and IT units, the business units are the customers. And then also in one company there are these corporate services, for example, HR and finance, and their customers are also all the employees of the company. And then for the IT organization, quite often these kind of technical IT services are bought outside and provided by external vendors. So then the IT unit is the customer within these services. So when we think about the services or developing the services, we need to think that who is the customer and which really are the services we are providing for them. And also in customers, they can have different groups who have different kinds of needs. For example, private customer or company customer, or then this kind of housing companies who are building the houses, and the company wants to cooperate with them and explore new ideas of working and partnering together. And this is something that when we go to the restaurant, some people would like to have the parmesan from the cloud to the pasta, and then some customers would like to stay more on the traditional way of having the food experience in the restaurant. We will see if this will happen also in the future. Let's see. I have some case examples. So examples how we have worked with our customers and helped them to be more efficient and improve and develop the services. First example is Taitoa. So it's a Finnish company who is providing financial services for the municipalities. And they wanted to enhance and streamline the overall service management in the company. The starting point for them was that the data was really fragmented. I think some of you recognize the situation where customer requests are in several email folders and email shared emails. And it's really difficult to know that what kind of requests are open and how they have been solved and what is the status, and also informing the customer about the status is often not so good as it should be. And also because things were not progressing efficiently, customer were complaints. And what they did, they started to establish the self-service portal. It means that customer puts the request on the portal and they are in one system where you can see where the tickets are going. And they also put an effort, huge effort on the organizational change management. They knew that people don't want to change and need to be led and management need to be really committed of the new way of working inside the company. And also this kind of user committee was established. So they created a community with other similar vendors, and they have regular meetings where they discuss that what should be developed and what you have tried and failed and what you have succeeded, so that they could learn from each other. And what they have gained is that the processes are faster, and also the employees of the company can now concentrate on more interesting topics and tasks, and they are more happy. And the productivity actually has increased 20% in the company. And when the employees are satisfied and the processes are faster, also the customers are more satisfied. Another example is Valmet Automotive. So Valmet Automotive is a car manufacturing company which is working in Finland and Germany and Poland. And this case was done with the Finnish organization. So in western coast of Finland, they are building up the Mercedes cars. So all the parts are delivered to Finland, and then they are building the cars, and then they are sent back to the Europe or Finland or wherever to be sold. Which is particular for this customer is that they are really lean. Someone has said that it's the leanest company in Finland. They have created this own time in this company. So it's 1/28 part of the second, and it's called Teemu. So they are measuring every task in the factory with Teemus. And it might be that if they are saving in one particular task 3 Teemus, it might cause several 100,000 cost savings per year. So they are really, really lean company. And they wanted, because they have this huge manufacturing area, they have a lot of new employees coming, a lot of partners coming and going. They have a lot of access management authority requests to handle. So that was their main target, to get that more effortless to process. So the starting point was that they have several systems, several platforms, and the requests were kind of spread all over, and also the handling the requests and handling the authorities were quite manual. So they wanted to change that. Again, the self-service portal, they created one interface to the employees, to the supervisors to set up the request and also digitalize the onboarding process. So when new person enters the company or new partner enters the company, they have a predefined role, and within the role it's defined that what kind of accesses, what kind of applications you need to be able to provide your tasks at work. So that was digitalized. And also they added this ordering of workstations and mobile phones and setting up the IT request for the employees. So they have one interface where they can order and also see the status of the different things. And also when I said that digitalized the onboarding, also the approval processes were digitalized and automated. So new request comes in, it goes automatically to the right person and it's approved or rejected. And what they gained is that as they are a really lean company, they really wanted easy to use solution and the intuitive solution so that you don't need to look for the help to see what to do next, but the system guides you in the correct direction. And also they have now visibility where the tickets are, who has requested, who has approved, who has really authorized things. And also they can get the reports from one system. And of course it's cost savings because the manual work was decreased. And then third case example is Tikkurila. So it's Nordic lead for the paint industry. So they are providing the solutions and painting materials. And they are working in different countries, and the starting point was that they had different ways of working, different systems used in different countries, and they wanted to streamline and standardize the way of working. And they had the data in different databases, and it wasn't reliable, so you couldn't know where the correct data is, and it's really updated. And it was really unmanageable, not easy to manage at all. And they set up the self-service channel again, so to collect all the requests in same place. And also they are handled within the same engine. And then also the data is in one place. And then they have done a lot of digitalization for the workflows and also automated the workflows. When something happens, it triggers some other task. And that has really been utilized. And then as a result, they have better visibility of the overall situation. And also they have now knowledge about the GDPR status, so they know where the GDPR-related data is stored, and they have that visibility. And also the reporting is online, and they can have it from different perspectives, so it's easy to modify for different needs and different roles. And then 3 steps to failure. So this is a bit provocative, but I will speak on positive way anyway. So first thing is what we should avoid is to fall in love with the hype. So I think today we are hearing a lot of new opportunities and ideas, and I really love the opportunities and ideas. But it's in my I think that it's really important not to fall in love with hype, because, for example, if we think about chatbots, for example, it's close to our business. It's just the chatbot on itself doesn't do anything. So you really need to know what is required, what you want from the chatbot, and you need to have all the data, all the knowledge bases and everything in good shape, and you need to learn the robots. When they are used well, they are a really big enhancement and providing new opportunities. But we have also discussed with our customers. They have said that we want to digitalize. Okay, we have gone to discuss with the customers, so what you really mean by that? And if someone is saying that we want to have robotic or artificial intelligence, first to think that what is the target, what it should be used. And then what I have been talking today is to forget about the customer. So if we are providing really nice thing, really effortless flowing things, but it's not gaining any value to the customers, then customers won't buy it. And then third, when we are transforming businesses to different areas, so implementing new businesses, it's always a change process, and people normally don't like to change. They prefer the current way of working, or even better, the previous way of working. We know it takes time, and it takes a firm leadership and real commitment from the management. But anyway, when we keep this in mind, I think the future is pure celebration, hopefully for all of us, and we can utilize all the new possibilities and opportunities and really gain and change the world. So this is my statement today. Do you have any questions or comments?
First, a big hand of applause for Milla. Thank you so much. And then let's see, just raise your hand if you have any questions. I'll repeat them so everyone can hear them. Okay, you know the drill. I'll go first. You talked a bit about it, but kind of why do we tend to forget about the customer? The customer should be the most important thing to think of, but still we tend to forget about them. Why is that?
Yeah, I think we quite seldom participate the customer in the design phase.
Yeah.
So thinking with the customer that what you really need and what is valuable for you. So we have these units for developing the services or products or everything, but I think there is too less of these communities where we develop things with the customers.
But that's kind of easy to say, bring in the customers in the development process. How should you do that in a practical way?
Yeah, I think there are companies in our sector who has done it already, and what also we can be better in, creating this kind of customer communities and taking actively feedback from the customers, and also providing them visibility that what we are now developing and where we are, what is the status of different development tasks and so on.
Yeah. Any questions? Just raise your hand. I can see you all, almost. One thing I was thinking about when you explained about the examples, the cases, seemed to be a big problem is having so many different solutions, so many different systems. Do you think that's very common?
It is.
Yeah.
And if you think about when I showed the business services and IT services and IT support services, we have done this kind of service catalog workshop with the customers, and especially when there are several companies uniting, then if you think about when we start to list the services and what kind of services you are providing and how you are providing the services, we can find similarities. For example, Aalto University, which is a combination of 5 universities in Finland, it's when we discussed about the student services, they say that we have really different services in our schools. But then when we started to discuss with the customers and the schools, we realized, okay, you have all the services are similar. You are almost providing them similar way, but it's kind of common that the units and the businesses think that they are something unique
yeah.
and they have the best solution for their services. But it's a not so easy or a short discussion within the companies, but it's kind of eye-opening discussion when we start to draw the services on a white paper.
Okay, a big thank you for coming to Next.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.